How's it going, Internet? Thatsa or iShine here, and I'm going to be giving you guys a pretty much rundown of my trip to the 2014 VGC Longbeach that I just got back from. I'm a little bit sick if you guys can't really see it in my face or hear it in my voice, but what I'm doing today is going over about 4 or 5 games that I recorded at the tournament from my team, which I will be going over in depth later in this broadcast, and I will be talking about the rounds, the picks, the common threats that I saw, and how I can really analyze this meta that we're in, because I don't think the people, the casters, example, I'm not going to call anyone out, but a lot of the casting I saw done wasn't really there. People were calling physical sweeper special sweepers and a little bit backwards. So I really think that I have the skill to pretty much accurately say what's going on. Anyways, let's just start off by loading up the first video. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I want to make sure you guys can see this. Yeah. Alright, so you guys can see my desktop, and this can be fine. So I'll make this a little bit bigger. First of all, I had a blast. I've never driven that far. I live in Sacramento, and I drove down to Long Beach. Took all day. I took 9 people down, part of Maximum Pulse Gaming. You guys can see our website down at the bottom. We're going to leave write-ups. We did a little bit of documentary. I don't know if you guys watched the Team Solo Mid-Light Game Crib, but we did a little bit of stuff like that. We brought a bunch of people down. It was a blast, and we'll be definitely going to a lot more events this season. Let's see if you guys can see it. That should be fine. Yeah, I look terrible. Anyways, my team. This is my order: Garchomp, Rotom, Fire, Scizor, Manectric, Kangaskhan, and Vivillon. You can look at my team and really think that I'm terrible. That's definitely a good assumption. But I swear I'm not. That's how I had to tell everybody that. So right off the bat, I have a Life Orb on my Garchomp. That is not the standard item. Normally you would see a Band, Scarf, or Lumberry. Even a potential Sash is a great item on Garchomp. Definitely a physical attacker. Every once in a blue moon you see the ones that have Fire Blast just for those Scizors, but not today. I really think the Life Orb is needed because I couldn't think of a better item. It's not that I couldn't think of one. That's a lazy way out. I could definitely have probably thought of a better item if I wasn't already using all of the better items. And I tested being banded for about 2 weeks and it just wasn't working for me. How's it going, Lee Rue Lover? I just see you entering the chat. Uh, Anyways, back to the Garchomp. My moveset is Earthquake, Rock Slide, Dragon Claw, and Protect. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I didn't want to run the band. I really liked having the Protect, and I was confident that I could win speed ties. Another thing that's really weird about my Garchomp is the fact that I run Sandveil over Rough Skin. I was fairly confident that no one would call my Garchomp on having Sandveil. Like, no Kangaskhan's are going to be fake outing Garchomp's first turn because they don't want to get hit with a Rocky Helmet Rough Skin. They don't want to just get chunked for half. That's another reason why I really went for the Life Orb over the Rocky Helmet, because I pretty much tried to get away with more than I should have. It never cost me anything, because no one ever called my bluff, and the Sandveil actually worked in my favor a couple times in this tournament. So Garchomp, definitely a great Pokemon. 252 attack, 252 speed, jolly nature, with the last 4 in HP, standard moveset, standard nature, standard everything. Life Orb's a little bit weird, but I think you need the Life Orb. Like, there's a couple of reasons why I like the Life Orb, because you need the Life Orb to trade in Garchomp vs. Garchomp matchups, as well as a couple other niche matchups. So that's really why I like the Life Orb, because you need the Life Orb to kill T-Tars if they're full special attacker sets. Otherwise, your Earthquake won't kill. Moving on to my next Pokemon, Garchomp's #1 partner is going to be Rotom Fire. Rotom Heat, I think it's actually called. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. Sorry, guys. I got like deathly sick on the way down there, and not eating anything and driving all the way didn't help. Let's see how this is going. Is it working over here? Yeah, it's going fine. Okay, so Rotom Fire. This is actually a Choice Scarf set, and a lot of people would definitely expect Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't run it just because I'm just reading the chat. Breloom over Garchomp. Spore is so useful. I'm just reading the chat right now. You need Garchomp in this meta. Breloom shouldn't have been released, should it? Because I don't think Breloom's a Kalos native. If it was, I definitely think that could have been a different option instead of the Vivillon. But you actually need Garchomp in this meta. He's too safe. He's just too safe. I'm gonna start talking about my Rotom. Rotom Oven, as Mirasama corrected me. It's Choice Scarf, like I said, full 252 modest. Special attack, speed, last 4 in HP. And what's special about this Rotom is it has HP Ice. Now, I actually got it as a gift from one of my teammates, Hamilton. It has HP Ice, Discharge, Thunderbolt, and Overheat. So very, very aggressive set that's great at revenge killing and getting a lead right off the bat and holding on to it. That's what I really like it for. It's a great counter to the Salamence and Garchomp leads, as well as the Greninja leads and the Talonflame leads. So I really think that the Rotom fits a very niche spot in my team. When you bring the Rotom and people bring their Greninja or their Talonflame, they think they can U-turn out, or they think they can just scald you right there, and you just kill it with Thunderbolt. So that's pretty sick. Moving on to my third Pokemon is going to be Scizor. It's Adamant set, 252 HP, 252 attack, 4 in speed. And people think that that's probably not optimal. I know that there's a few other EV sets I tried out, and I saw the people going 20 in speed, 24 in speed, 48 in speed, and I'm like, you know what? I looked at all the things that people say I need to be faster than, and I was like, well, if I put a Lumberry on them, I don't need to be faster than them. Pretty much like Rotom Water. If if they go for the Will-O-Wisp and they hit, I can just X-Scissor right there, and then the damage is already done. So I have Lumberry, like I said, my moves are Bullet Punch, Protect, Swords Dance, and X-Scissor. So I think it's a very standard move set, great for cleaning up and ensuring those games that you need to win. Great Pokemon, probably my favorite Pokemon for competitive play other than Garchomp. Um, like I said, maybe potential changes might have been putting a little bit more in speed, but the thing is, people expect you to have it, so they're never going to call you on it. So it's one of those little things, like I mentioned earlier with the Garchomp and the Rotom, that you can get away with because people aren't going to call you on it. And it's not because I was lazy. I actually have one made that I just didn't really want to use. I was like, nah, I'd rather just have like a little bit more HP. I was a little bit greedy. So moving on to my fourth Pokemon, this was pretty much a really big risk on my part, but it was working great on ladder. It's a Manectric, Mega Manectric actually. It's full Timid, 252, special attack, speed, lasts 4 in HP, with HP Ice, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower over Overheat, and Protect. Normally you want to send him out, use Protect first to scout for any Scarfs. Then I like Flamethrower over Overheat because if I'm going to kill something with Flamethrower, like a Mawile or a Ferrothorn or a Scizor, like I don't need the Overheat. I just don't need it. I don't want to miss. I really don't like Overheat. My Rotom Fire has it just because he can't get Flamethrower. So I really, really like the Flamethrower over the Overheat. It's just my personal preference. Um, yeah. Mega Manectric is actually used a lot. Yeah, so I'm just reading the chat. It's starting to mess me up. Anyways, um, Mega Manectric really good. I like Thunderbolt over Volt Switch just because I like to trade evenly. You need Thunderbolt to kill the bulky Talonflames, the 252 HP Talonflames. You actually need Thunderbolt to kill them. And the last move I have is HP Ice, which is great because while you can't kill full HP Salamences, you can definitely kill Garchomps with it. And at the higher end of the spectrum, they expect you to have HP Ice, but the first couple rounds, people don't, and it's awesome. It's really cool. So, fifth Pokemon on my team, standard play Kangaskhan, the best Mega in my opinion. I think it's going to change come next season in the April format, but my moveset and EVs are 252 attack, 252 speed, and I'm Jolly. It's the most cookie cutter moveset. I have Fake Out, Return, Power Punch, and Sucker Punch. Cookie cutter moveset, standard play. There's just sometimes you need to bring it. In all reality, I really brought Manectric more than Kangaskhan because it checks all the things that check Kangaskhan. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast, though. Just Kangaskhan standard play, you can go Fake Out and then have your teammate set up or your teammate kill someone. It's really good at dealing with cheese. It's really good at securing kills. So that's why I like it. Last Pokemon, my favorite Pokemon in my team is actually Vivillon. Now, most people looked at this and thought I was immediately bad. There were some people that thought I was just a god for running this. Uh, my stats are 252 special attack, 252 speed with less 4 in HP. I'm timid nature. I think I have 101 base speed, so I'm faster than all base 100s that aren't speed natured, which most of the Pokemon in this tier aren't speed natured. Garchomps are technically speed natured most of the time, but every once in a while, like you'll see in the tournament, you find some that aren't. Kangaskhan's usually aren't speed natured unless they're trying to win the Kangaskhan mirror matchup. Charizards usually aren't speed natured unless they're trying to win some sort of speed tie with a Salamence and go for like HP Ice, which is very weird in the first place. So Vivillon has a very niche speed, has a very, very, very good speed. Its ability is Compound Eyes, which lets it raises its accuracy by 25%. So when you use sleep powder, which is a 75% accuracy, you get 25% of your 75%, you go up to like 98.6% or something, which pretty much means you're using Spore. And this thing is definitely faster than Breloom, which is why I really like it over Breloom, because it also gets access to Hurricane and Bug Buzz. Also, if you lead with a Vivillon, people are going to try. First of all, they're just going to think you're bad, and they're just going to try and kill it. It's the best protect bait to beat out these Talonflames, because they're just going to Brave Bird. If you go Vivillon Rotom, you can do multiple things with that. You can just protect with the Vivillon and Thunderbolt the Talonflame. You can go uh, Rotom, Vivillon, and Discharge with Rotom, protect with Vivillon. Then next turn they're like, well, he won't discharge again, and then you'll switch your Vivillon out for your Garchomp, and it's just a great play. You get 2 discharge out and potential to paralyze twice on both your opponent's Pokemon. So Vivillon actually just redirects the attention. Like if you guys watch like Kuroko's basketball, like think of it like Kuroko, because it really misdirects attention away from the real threats of my team. So that's my team. Definitely going to change it for the Utah and Washington, as well as the Nugget Bridge Major coming up this weekend. So I already have a whole new team. I've been testing with my team, like my actual gaming team, Maximum Impulse, and yeah, I think the only things I'm really keeping are Garchomp, Kangaskhan. No, I'm not even keeping Kangaskhan. It's Garchomp, Scizor, and maybe Rotom, and it might even change to Rotom Water. I want to see how many viewers I have before we move on. Cool, we got a few viewers. So, without further ado, this is the very first round I played of the tournament. Now, I just want to mention before we started that after every single round, I sat down with my opponent. If I won, even if I lost, I just talked. I like to sit down, analyze everyone's team, make sure everyone has a good time, because that's all that really matters at these events, is that everyone has a great time. That's just how I see it. I'm really happy that I did well. I ended up getting 43rd out of a literal ton of people. They had to close the signups. I think they at like 500. They're like, no more people, go home. So I have a text message. Hold on. Shoot, it might be the guy I'm coaching later. It's somebody else. All right. So the Weiroo Lover just said running Rotom Flying would be cool. I actually thought about it, running it with a Mega Gyarados, going for the Earthquake, so he would actually avoid the Mold Breaker Earthquake. It would be awesome. Yeah. You don't even need to hold an air balloon. That's so redundant. Ah, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sick. So let's just get into this first game that I have for you. It shows that I 3-stocked. You couldn't save your battle, so after every single round, I had to actually just get out there, pull up my camera after I was on talking with my opponent, and just record the last battle I played. That's how it worked, because you can only save the last battle. So he leads Cloyster Greninja. Sorry, it's so grainy. He leads Cloyster Greninja, obviously going for a Mat Block Shell Smash. Very standard play. You see it every once in a while on ladder. I went for the bait here. I expected. Well, watch. I went for the discharge. She did not expect me to be scarfed. And Mat Block only works in the first turn, so I knew I'd get the kill on Cloyster. I'm very glad it didn't have a sash. He later revealed to me that it had a King's Rock, which is great in singles, not that best in doubles. And you see the Lonely Greninja, who he then later, I think, said had the sash, is left to use the Mat Block, and that just really isn't optimal. And now, next turn, his Greninja is pretty much going to die to the Rotom, who's scarfed again. I go for the Protect just because it's completely safe, and he goes for the Thunder Wave on my Garchomp. He said he was expecting me to switch back into my Kangaskhan, but like I said earlier, I'm just buying time, getting as many discharges off as I can, and it's fine. Oh, Windows Media Player has encountered a problem. Let's restart the video. That happens when you leave the video up for too long. Let's just get back to where we were. Alright. So, you see Mr. Thunder Wave? Oh man, I'm so congested. Anyways, yeah, he misses the Thunder Wave. Well, it doesn't miss, but it's not going to work. I protected anyways. Yeah, he said he really expected me to switch back into potentially Scizor because he thought I was trying to avoid the Ice Beam from Greninja. He was in a Mawile as his last one, and Mawile and Klefki are not something you want to fight Rotom and Garchomp with. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this combo a million times before. Garchomp, Rotom, very standard, and I'm glad I started the tournament off with it because it lets me feel comfortable. The first round's always the hardest. So, I'm reading the chat. You guys are so cool. Mirosama is saying like how I say gotta keep him honest, and how it changed the way he battles. I really think that that's a great way to look at it. Keeping your opponent honest is the most important thing in battling. Like let's say I kill this guy. I Earthquake, discharge, blah blah blah, kill him. I'm gonna get back on the thing about keeping them honest. let's say that they're gonna kill your Pokemon, and if they don't kill it, they're gonna pop a Swords Dance instead. If you can potentially kill them when they pop the Swords Dance, you're extremely ahead. You're gonna win. But if like they just kill you, well, they were gonna kill you anyways. So that's why keeping them honest is the best way to play in singles. In doubles, everyone's just honest, so it's kind of hard. So yeah, that first battle really was just standard play for my part. You know, Rotom Kangas, sorry, Rotom Garchomp EQ discharge, standard as it gets. That's old school. That's like 2010 meta, like very old school VGC. Let's get into the second one. It moves around quite a bit. People are like drumming on the table. It was super lame. So it's going to be my same team. It's going to center it up. It's okay. Here we go. So I'm playing against. Actually, you know what? Let's just see what this person leads with, and I'll go back and say what the whole person's team was last time. So these leads are out here. I'm just going to pause it and say what the first person I played was. The first person I played was, his name was Wesley. That was his in-game name. His actual first name was Wesley, and his last name was Ray. I write down all this stuff. I think you guys should all get notebooks and write down all of the stats you guys see. Like, really, write down everything. Something uses Protect, write it down. You know, they have their name, they have a Twitch, they have a YouTube, they have a Skype. Write it down, because you always want to get the information. Because this is the way you get better. This is the way you get better, is by actually taking notes. This is how VGCs just go. So I wrote down his team. It was Chandelure, Noivern, Mawile, Cloyster, Klefki, and Greninja. And what I like to do is I like to write down I like to circle the things I think are coming and put stars next to the things that I think are going to be the leads. And what is it? I like to put numbers next to the thing I think are secondaries. When I go down a little bit, I number everything according to when it dies. So I numbered Cloyster number 1, Greninja number 2, Klefki number 3, Mawile number 4. It's just how you're supposed to do it. This is a whole thing I thought up myself. I make my whole team try and do it to the best of their abilities. This lets you take really, really good notes, so you can actually see how the meta progresses yourself. Like, you can always look back on this. I can look back on multiple tournaments and just see these notes forever. And this is just how you get better. Yeah, you just write down everything. This person that I'm fighting against, Patrick Lewis was his name. His ID was Girl. He didn't have a Twitch or YouTube. His team is Garchomp, Talonflame, Goodra, Kangaskhan, Gliscor, that's kind of weird, and Rotom Water. He's leading with Kangaskhan and Talonflame, and I'm leading with Manectric and Vivillon. So like I said earlier, Vivillon is there to pretty much draw the attention away from my Manectric, who gets off a very, very good Intimidate here. That is Mega Manetric's ability, and that's why he is so good right now. He's going to drop off eventually, probably in April, at least by July, I know it. But yeah, he's definitely getting that great Intimidate off, and he Mega Evolves first, which means he's faster. You can see the Kangaskhan Mega Evolving, but he's already at a -1, so there's not really that much he can do. I go for the Protect with my Vivillon because, like I said earlier, Vivillon's just huge bait. Everyone just wants to kill it. Kangaskhan is a huge counter to Vivillon. The Fake Out could, like, destroy it. So he tried to nuke it turn 1. Like, that does not work, you know? I go for the Thunderbolt and the Talonflame. You know, when you Mega Evolve, your speed doesn't go into effect next turn. So, that's why Mega Manectric was slower than he was just slow anyways because he didn't use a priority move. But then Gliscor comes out. Gliscor pops a Protect, really expecting, like, calling me to either use the Sleep Powder so he wouldn't get his Toxic Orb proc. And Kangaskhan's at -1, and one of the cool things about Vivillon is when you pair it with Mega Manectric, he actually has enough bulk to live through return. That's why I like it so much. Because anyone would just think that even though the Kangaskhan's at a -1, they can still kill your Vivillon. That's why I think it's so good. There's so many attacks Vivillon can actually live through, even though you have the Sash, you can live through Kangaskhan's if they're at -1 when paired with Manectric. So Gliscor did get his Toxic Orb going, but he eats the HP Ice, and he's gonna, like, go down. That's kind of sucks. And you already saw Kangaskhan got put to sleep by the 98.6% Sleep Powder. Well, and then now he's eating a Hurricane. The other move Vivillon uses, and I luckily get the confused, but I didn't really need it. Like I said earlier, their sleep is so prevalent here that Vivillon has the ability to use sleep, but other than that, grass types run in fear of that stabbed Hurricane. Vivillon's not that weak. It's in the 300s, I think, special attack wise. So I think it's like really low 300s, but still, like, It's strong. It's stabbing a freaking hurricane. That's definitely a two-shot in a grass type. They can't switch on it. If they switch on it, expecting your sleep powder, and you hurricane, and then hurricane again, they're dead. And because of compromise, your accuracy is going to go way up. So you saw that turn. I went for the HP Ice. HP Ice doesn't kill Garchomps depending on how they're built. This guy must have had about 48 EVs in HP. It happens. Unluckily for me, as Kangaskhan wakes up, I write that down, and my Vivillon died first. But you can see this game's pretty much over. I send out my Scizor, and at this point, he has a -1 Kangaskhan that I think is kind of low. His Garchomp goes for Protect, but this game, like, he can saw it out as much as he wants. But, oh yeah, and his Kangaskhan's confused, oh well. He goes for the Sucker Punch. It's not really going to do anything, though, because, like I said earlier, he is at a -1. Manectric is really bulky after he gets that Intimidate, believe it or not. Alright, so Manectric's going to go for the Thunderbolt. It should be able to kill Kangaskhan here, I think. Yep, there's the kill. I got a crit. I don't think I needed it. Manectric is actually pretty strong. He has about the same special attack as the Latios. So, you guys know how strong Latios is. Alright, so that was going to be game 2 that I played. So far I'm 2-0. I'm doing really good. And the next 2 rounds, I get some pretty bad luck. I fight a guy. His name is Jose Ochada. He made top. He's a great competitor. He gets top at pretty much all the VGCs he goes to. His team was a team that he actually made in compilation with Ray Rizzo. Don't know if you guys have heard of Ray Rizzo. That he won Worlds 3 years in a row. He's from America. He's pretty much the best Pokemon person in like the world. And Jose made this team in compilation with him. So the team is Garchomp, Tyranitar, Talonflame, Ferrothorn, Mawile, and Rotom Wash. Now, I remember seeing Ray Rizzo's team preview from the Virginia Regional, so I knew everything about the team, but I still got crit by the T-Tar and lost because it killed my Garchomp. Like, normally the T-Tar wouldn't be able to kill my Garchomp one hit, but the crit T-Tar Ice Beam actually takes it out. Like, I have my Garchomp's bulky enough to live, because we already talked about how the T-Tar has it has weakness policy, not like a Scarf or a Specs or anything like that, or a Life Orb. My Garchomp's made to actually live through the T-Tar, the full timid 252 T-Tar. So, unluckily for me, I lose that one. I don't have the recording for it either, because my camera died, and I have to blow my nose again. This is terrible. Yeah, there's a different Mirasama. There's like different things between TCG and VGC because I don't play the TCG at all. Round 4, I don't have the video either because my opponent like they won and then they just closed their DS and walked away. They didn't want to talk. They didn't do anything. His name was Dalton Davidson. Thorazar was his name, and I couldn't record it because it wouldn't save because he just closed his DS and walked away. His team was Ditto, T-Tar, Garchomp, Meowstic, Salamence, and Scizor. And this guy had a really, really cool team, very standard team, except for that Ditto. And I realized, my team can't do shit against Ditto. Literally, like, I have Manectric, Rotom, Garchomp, Vivillon, Scizor, Kangaskhan, all things that if he takes any of those, I'm screwed. And that's what happened. He took my Rotom, and I couldn't freaking hit it. Rotom, my Manectric can't hit it, my Garchomp can't hit it, my Vivillon can't hit it, my Kangaskhan can hit it, but it was not brought because I used Manectric. And yeah, I lost. I got destroyed, and he got a little bit lucky. He also got another crit with his T-Tar on my Garchomp. So that's 2 games in a row. My T-Tar or my Garchomp got crit killed by T-Tar, and it pretty much cost me the game. Going into round 5, I got batteries for this because I was like, man, I'm gonna win. I want batteries. So let's load this battle up. I'm gonna be fighting against Rosario. His name's that's his. Yeah, no, wait, wrong game. Let's hold on. Where's Rosario's game? Did I like not record that one? I don't think I did. Let's look. Is this it? Let's find it. Lucia. I played against the Lucia. Where is it though? No, it's right here. Yeah, his nickname is Lucia. His name's Rosario. Adalberto Rosario is his name. And his team is Starmie, Talonflame, Mega Lucario, Charizard, Greninja, and Garchomp. So this was a kind of funny game because we pretty much did a bunch of the same stuff. You don't see it like all that often that people make like the same type of plays, but it happened this game. And if you already saw, I got the 4 stock, so pretty decent for me. So, and he's leading with Starmie, Lucario. Pretty cool leads. These are 2 Pokemon you don't really see that often in VGC. So is Mega Manectric and Rotom Fire, but, well, see where it goes. Alright, so he switches out into Garchomp, expecting me to use some sort of electric attack on his Starmie, wouldn't you think? I switch out my Manectric, go into Garchomp, and we both switch for Garchomps that turn. That's what was pretty funny. So he goes into Mega Lucario, and I really wish I just would have stayed in with my Manectric and just used like Mega Evolve, because I would have got a double Intimidate off. But that didn't work. I go for the Discharge, Choice Scarf Discharge, and it's going to hit Lucario, but that's going to be about it. I don't remember if I get the pair. I think I do. Yeah, there's the pair right there. And yeah, he's paralyzed, so Rotom lives for another turn, and I go for another Discharge just because, like, I'm Choice Scarfed, remember? Might as well go for it. And do I kill? I don't. Yeah, I don't kill. That really sucks. But I do kill his Garchomp. That's the strength of the Life Orb Dragon Claw over just the regular Dragon Claw. And his Rocky Helmet is going to take me out. So this guy has like a kind of standard team. Do you want to be in the stream with me? Is it? Ah! There you are, you're on the stream. This is my cousin David. Yeah. So he's going to send his Starmie back out. And, what is it? Who goes for it? I go for Protect, because I don't really want to eat an Ice Beam. I'd rather get a Discharge off with my Rotom before Ice Beam hits. And like I've said before, it's not really going to hit my Garchomp, but it is going to hit his Lucario, going to kill that. I think it kills Starmie. I can't really tell, but it's okay. My Garchomp used Protect. Starmie didn't die. It just lived like nothing, and I protected, so it was okay. Someone says hi, cousin David. Yeah, this guy's whole team was just like killed by my Rotom. So I killed. It's pretty much a repeat of like the game 1 I played. Some people have like holes in their team that are just destroyed by Choice Scarf, Rotom Fire. It happens. This guy was really cool. Where's my? We got a couple things for winning this round. We got a card and some kind of like coin thing. Let me see if it's still in here. Oh, did Jonathan like take my coin? No. Anyways, we got to pick a coin or a card. And last time I went to the VGC, they gave me this card, which is like really cool looking. It's super shiny. And this time, for winning that round, I got the Shelgon. So the next time I'll get the Salamence, and I think that's really sick. I also got this really cool VGC coin that... Oh, wait, no, I remember where it is. I'll get it. It is in here. Because it's really cool, though. I think the coin is sick looking. Yeah. Yeah, play Pokemon. It says, like, VGC Longbeach 2014. And it's really sick. Like, pretty much me and the guy said, winner take all. And he's like, yeah. So, it really sucks to be that guy because he did not know what he was getting into. Alright. Let me just check how this is going. Okay, so that was round, like, 5. That was, like, round 5. Alright. I'm just not feeling it today. Okay, round 6. Maybe round 6. Alright, so yeah, this game is against Jose Campillo. He got top 32. I need to sneeze again. This guy's team... No, wait, this guy didn't top 3. It's a different Jose. That guy got top, like, 4. Wait, ZZ Gravity? Don't you know a dude named Jelly Sound? That's like my teammate. Like, I've known that guy for years. We all went down there. How'd regionals go for you? I got 43rd out of a full tournament, like 500 million people. So, this game against Jose, his team was really cool. If I had the balls to bring a team like this, I would every time, but I kind of wanted to do well. He brought Mega Gardevoir. If you guys watch my stream, you know it's my favorite Mega. He brought Bisharp. You know, it's a great Pokemon. Really good right now because there's so many Intimidates. Its ability Defiant really lets it get a +1, maybe +2 off of how many Intimidates are on right now. Chatot, which is weird. It sucks. Cloyster, which we saw try and work in the first one. Vivillon, like I'm using, and a Marowak. So Marowak's gonna have Lightning Rod to pretty much cover for how all the electric weaknesses in his team. So let's just see how it goes. Yeah, ZZ Gravity, we live like right next to each other. We went to school together. We usually cast the Major Zone tournament every Friday. Yeah. So Kangaskhan and Vivillon beating off against Chatot and Marowak. Not the best matchup for this guy. But I was so happy when I saw the Vivillon and Gardevoir in his team. And I was like, faith in humanity restored when I fought this guy. Because I was having a down and out day, and I was barely going to make top even if I did. And I go for the fake on the chat tie, and it like almost kills it. Like, oh my gosh, if I could fake out again, he'd be dead. And I go for the sleep powder on the Marowak, hoping it's not Limbered, because that is a thing. But I'm guessing it was banded. Anyways, chat tie gets the flinch, Marowak's asleep. Great turn for me, couldn't have went any better. I go for the return to finish off the chat top. He said he was going for the uproar to wake up his Marowak, which I thought was hilarious. It's funny how these people get to have these really good records, and I don't even know how this happens. Maybe he buys all the way up to this record. I go for the Bug Buzz because I don't really want to miss the Hurricane, and he wakes up and goes for the Brick Break on my Kangaskhan. And right here, I'm like, all right, he's not banded because that would have done a lot more. He sends out the Gardevoir here, and I'm pretty sure this was Mega Gardevoir. I see that it is now, or well, it was when it did it, but I was pretty sure it was from Team Preview. He's gonna go Mega Gardevoir, and I'm so sorry for this guy. Like, he Mega Evolves just to, like, get pooped on by the return. This is showing my Mega Kangaskhan's, like, broke. I didn't even need the second hit for my return to kill it. And I go for another Sleep Powder just because I want to make sure. Sure, I could have probably went for the Hurricane and got the rest of the kill, but I just want to be safe. Alright, so he has two things left. He sends out Vivillon, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's so sick having two Vivillons, like me and this guy are the only people who know. But I kill it. It's funny how Vivillon lived through the return, not Gardevoir. That's what's funny to notice. And I go for the Hurricane, I get the hit on the Marowak, and this should be enough to kill it. There we go. I think that's all of them. You might have one more. Yeah. So that was a really fast game. You like barely did any damage. But Faith Team Henny restored. That was a fun game for me. Like I was on cloud 9 after winning that one because it was so funny. Alright, so I'm going into the last round of stuff I have recorded. Oh, before that, I fought against a guy named Matt Salisbury. He's a guy who makes top every time he goes. This guy had a really strong team. This guy, not the person that I'm going to be showing the battle for right now. This person, Matt Salisbury, he's a really good competitor, makes top. He's a well-known name on Nugget Bridge. I don't know his exact name. I'm sorry, but his team: Charizard, Gyarados, Mineshout, Noivern, Salamence, and Venusaur. So it's obviously a sunny day team. Well, not really sunny day, but like a drought team. And he turned the game off like right when I beat him, and he was pretty salty because I got a little bit of hacks. But I can say how it happened. I went Manectric Vivillon. He went Charizard Venusaur. I went for the Sleep Powder Flamethrower. Killed the Venusaur, put the Charizard to sleep. You know, you can see where the game would go from there. And he was kind of sad that happened. Yeah, it's just... I don't know what happened. He probably thought I was trash because I have Vivillon. That's probably what happened. So, let's talk about this game right here. This is round 9, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, it says 5-3 because a couple of my opponents, like, didn't, when you turn it off like that, it doesn't show it. I should be 6-3. So, this guy's team is Mawile, Rotom, Talonflame, Meowstic, Garchomp, and Scrafty. So this is probably one of the better matchups for VGC I have for the whole tournament. And I'll get into it in just a sec. Alright, let's just grab into it. So, he's going to lead off with, it's going to be Maddie. His name is Justin Sohn. He had a Team Flare cosplay on. That was really sick, and it was really fun playing, and we exchanged information. And he actually used a Haban Berry on his Garchomp. We didn't get to see it, but it was really cool. So he's going to lead off with Meowstic, Garchomp, and I'm going to lead off with Manectric Vivillon. So I think he would have the advantage here, but we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to go Mega, and I was way too weird. I was way too scared of Choice Scarf Garchomps all tournament, but I don't think I ever should have been. You know, I was like, oh man, because I know I'm slower than him right now if he's Scarfed. So I always protect first turn just to do it, but I don't ever think it's the right move. So, yeah, he goes for the Swagger on my Manectric. It's obviously going to get protected, and I really expected him to go for the Safeguard, but he didn't. And this is why you see Vivillon is faster than Garchomp if they are Adamant Natured and not Jolly Natured. So this is why Vivillon is like so good, because it's just a little bit faster than so many things. He goes for the Thunder Wave on my Vivillon, very smart, completely pretty much neutering it. It's pretty much useless. It did its job. And I go for the Hidden Power on the Garchomp. I don't remember if it kills. Yeah, usually it's kill. It's a kill like 75% of the time. Um, yeah. I go for the Bug Buzz. Luckily I hit, like I'm not paralyzed, and it does a ton of damage to this Meowstic. I thought that was really cool. Uh, he sends out Mawile, but you can already see that it's starting to turn a little bit in my favor. He gets an attack, a useless Intimidate off, and he decides to withdraw his Meowstic, sending out his Rotom Wash, I think. Yeah, Rotom Wash is going to come out. He's going to Mega Evolve with the Mawile, but there's not really that much he can do in this situation. Like, I have Manectric and Vivillon. He's gonna go for the Sucker Punch. He's obviously trying to kill my Manectric, but it's not gonna kill. And I know this Flamethrower is not gonna kill as well. Overheat would have killed, but like I said, I'd rather not miss. Unluckily for me, my Vivillon is paralyzed this turn, so that really sucks. I decided to switch with my Manectric. I can always send it out later for another really tech Intimidate, try and protect bait that Mawile if I have to. And I was pretty sure he was using Sucker Punch again. Even better, he wastes his Protect, so next turn his Protect won't be on cooldown. He decides to go for the Hydro Pump, so he was like trying a little bait and switch on my Manectric. Really sucks that I eat that Hydro Pump in the face. Luckily, I get the Sleep Powder. I wasn't paralyzed on the Rotom, so I have to switch again because I don't want to get Sucker Punch by that Mawile. I send in my Scizor because I really was expecting Sucker Punch again, and Rotom's obviously going to be asleep. I think that that was a Protect because it's faster than everything. Well, he did go for Iron Head, so I guess it's not a Protect. He goes for the Iron Head, like I said, on my Vivillon. It's going to clock my Sash, and I'm paralyzed again, so another unlucky turn for my Vivillon. But it put that Rotom to sleep and the Garchomp to sleep, so it's like already done. Like, it's a liability. I popped the Swords Dance with my Scizor, and now things are starting to get pretty scary for him. He goes for the Play Rough, killing my Vivillon. I really think he should have just went for the Iron Head again. It would have killed my Garchomp, would have, because Play Rough can miss. I think it was just smarter to go for the Iron Head. Well, I guess he didn't know if I was using... No, he saw on my team. Iron Head was just a better option. I get another Intimidate off, which is really great here. And I go for the Bullet Punch. I know that I'm faster than Mawile, so even if he went for the Sucker Punch, I have a higher priority than him. I get the crit, but I know I didn't need it because I was at +2. And I'm going to Thunderbolt the Rotom. I don't remember if he wakes up this turn. He procs his Citrus Berry, standard item on Rotom. Great play by him. And do you wake up? No, you don't wake up. So Meowstic, I think, is his last Pokemon. It's in the red, and it's going to come back out. Remember, I still have my Garchomp in the back. It's kind of low, but we know it's faster than Rotom. And we see Quick Guard from that Meowstic. A move it can get, but you don't see it that often. I wrote it down like Quick Guard Meowstic, like question mark exclamation point. And this really sucks for this guy. He popped the Quick Guard, right? So he's going to eat the Thunderbolt to the Meowstic in the face. Then his Rotom wakes up. He's expecting me to Bullet Punch. He wakes up, Will-O-Wisp my Scizor. This is the first time I'll turn I got to use it. Proc my Lumberry, and go for the X-Scissor on the Rotom. So that was just completely awesome. Destroying all his hopes and dreams. And that was the last round of the tournament for me. I have to sneeze like again. This is terrible. Getting like too excited. So yeah, that was probably one of the best battles I had. Like the most outplay. The most outplay by someone who knew what they were doing. So overall, like I said, I went 6-3, and I got 43rd out of a full tournament. They were expecting a few hundred people, and there was 500 until they just cut the entrance off and said no more people can come. Like I said, I brought 9 people. We all had team shirts. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my VGC wrap-up. I drove down there from Sacramento. I've never driven so far in my life, and hopefully Maximum Impulse can send me on a train to the next one, because that would be just great. I'm seeing Indie Gamer in the chat wants to battle me. We're going to be doing battles later tonight. Yeah, I have to... I'm coaching some later tonight, so maybe you can battle them later tonight once they get online. Yeah, I pretty much wanted some CP out of it. And let's see what else I wrote down. Yeah, we took 9 people down. We all had our team shirts. We all had a blast. And I'm sure that all of our, like, if you guys watch like League of Legends, there's a little like game crib thing that TSM did. We had one of our members like record everything and like take everyone aside and ask us questions, kind of like a little game crib thing. So we're gonna upload that to our Maximum Impulse site. Be sure to scroll down on my channel and check that out. that'll be up probably in the week. It's gonna be really sick looking. Oh, Zubat VGC, you went 7-2 and got 21st. That sucks. That is so bad. Yeah, that's happened to me before at VGCs. It's not optimal. Um, yeah. So what's going on right now? What time is it? Is it 7:23? At about 8 o'clock. Um, yeah, my person I'm gonna be coaching tonight's gonna be on. I'm gonna be opening up coaching to anyone who wants to like put in ask a question for it on the Maximum Impulse site. Probably gonna be coaching once or twice a week, and I know what I'm doing. My team's already completely different for the next tournaments I'm going to. So thanks guys for watching my stream. I'll be back in probably a half an hour once the person I'm coaching gets online, and we'll stream all night because hard. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the stream because I need to go eat dinner and like blow my nose and take a shower and just die in a fire so I can be ready to stream for you guys. If you guys have any more questions about my team or any of my thoughts on current meta, I will definitely go over that if you send me a message to my channel, or you can just wait for Goldenrod Radio every Friday, or sorry, not every Friday. Goldenrod Radio is probably on Mondays or Tuesdays. You can wait and ask questions there. We always love questions from chat. There's also our Friday Night Major Jump tournament. We're thinking about opening that up to online people. We're trying to make an online tournament that has about 300 or 400 people in it that I'm really trying to put together. I need to get all the casters ready to go. But that once we get that done, we're going to be opening that up to the public. It's going to be free entry, probably 10 or 11 rounds online with cash prize put up by Maximum Impulse Gaming. So hopefully you guys are down for that. That should probably be up sometime this month or next month. So get your teams ready for that. Anyways, guys, that's all the announcements I have for now. I loved the VGC. I saw a lot of cool people there. Saw the Justin Flynn there. That was really cool. I don't know why I just said that. He got 18th. That was really surprising. So, yeah. Thanks for watching my stream, guys, and I'll see everyone in about an hour.